Let's continue with data analysis. And before you start with visualization or using any tool, you need to have very strong fundamentals of data analysis so that you can develop an intuition on what kind of requirements are out there and what kind of skills you will need. So to begin with, let's go through these roles and responsibilities of data analyst. Now, data analyst, as you have seen in the previous videos, are essentially about preparing, modeling and visualizing data. Now, but you may not have clear understanding. And if you go through any job description, or in fact most of the job descriptions for data analyst role, you will realize that modeling, visualization, analysis, these terms will appear quite frequently. So in a nutshell, if you have to define the roles and responsibilities of a data analyst, these are roles and responsibilities of a data analyst, which is to prepare data, model data, visualize it, analyze it, and manage it. Now I'm sure you must be wondering what these terms means, so don't worry, we will talk about these terms now. So let me show you a data, and don't worry, I will share the URL and you can download this data to go through it or analyze it. So basically you can download this data from this particular website. This is UCI machine learning repository having so many data sets. So if you go to this website, you'll find many other data sets which you can use for data analysis, machine learning, whatever you are working on, and if you need any kind of data set. So this is related to the absenteeism at work, and this data set essentially include all this information. So let me show you the data set. So this is the data set. Now at this stage, if you see, we have so many columns here, starting from A to U. Now if you want to get the number, of course we can get these numbers when we load this data set in Power BI, or if you are using R, you can easily get that number, which will tell you how many variables are there. So these columns are essentially your variable, and these rows are essentially representing your number of observations. So this data set is having 741, or rather 740 observations. Now data preparation simply means that when you get a data like this, a lot of time that data or data set won't be in a shape where you can use it. Now here you can see we have all these columns, but let's say you are working on a report where you don't need social drinker or people with having son or smoker. And don't worry about the data set right now. I want to highlight a different perspective, which is essentially the data preparation. Point is that the objective of a particular report will be very specific. So when you are working on a dashboard, your management may not be interested in all this information. There are so many columns. And later on, we will also talk about the performance of your model, performance of your Power BI or any other model. So at that time also, I will come back to this point. But idea here is that when you are working on a data set, that data set may have unnecessary information. And unnecessary information simply means that which is not in the scope of a current project or current dashboard or current report. So you don't need to keep that information there. So this is an Excel sheet which I have got from, let's say I have pulled it from a database. Now when I'm going to load this in a Power BI or R or any other tool, I will have to prepare this data set which is ready for that particular project, which essentially means if it has got unnecessary observations, unnecessary variables, I need to remove those variables. Okay, so instead of using so many variables which is going to add unnecessary load to the tool, which is going to impact the performance, I have to select only those columns, those variables which are required for a given analysis or model building. So your preparation essentially means going through the data set, deciding what exactly is needed for your report and cleaning it. So now we can see that all these observations have data, but let's say we are dealing with a data set where you see that there are certain columns where it doesn't have any value in it. Now these are called missing values. A lot of time you will come across terms like NA or NaN. So it essentially means that we have a data set where we don't have values for everything and we cannot use it all the time. So sometimes you may remove that variable from the scope. So let's say it is social smoker. So you may decide to remove it. Sometimes you may decide to replace the value here with something else. For example, let's say if we take that average is 0.07. Now a lot of time you may just fill the field here with average or median or mode, whatever you decide. So it all depends upon the nature of the project. But point is that data may not be in perfect shape. For example, let's say there was a sales data. Now in sales data, a lot of time you may need something like sum or average of sales. Now let's say if you don't have that variable as part of the report, you will have to build or rather create that column, create that variable in the Power BI or any other tool you are using. So in that case, you will have to use some technique to calculate the average or sum or median or anything and add that column there. A lot of time date might not be there in a proper shape. For example, let's say you need date in the format of month, date, year, which is YY, but the date column which is available in the data set is having some different kind of format. So preparation essentially means you need to convert the data set in a format where it can be consumed or used by the application which you are using. If there are any missing values, you need to see how to handle that, whether you decide to remove it or replace it. It depends upon your project. If you have unnecessary columns or variables, you need to decide whether you want to keep them in the data set or you want to remove it. So let me show you, and don't worry, when we will start working on Power BI, I will show you all these things. So we will go through Power BI and see how we can handle these things. And if you have enrolled in my machine learning course, there I have shown you how to use R to handle all these things. So don't worry about it. We are covered here. It's just that preparation is something where you can say that you will spend a lot of time. If you ask many people, they will say that probably preparation and modeling will take more than 50% of your time, and visualization and other parts will only take very less. So if we go back to our slide, so preparation means handling the data set, removing, cleaning, and formatting the data set in a proper way. Modeling essentially means that a lot of time you will have data from different sources. So you may have more than one spreadsheet, more than one CSV files, or you may have one data set coming from a database and then you may have another CSV file. So you need to set the relationship, how those things are essentially related or connected with each other. So let me show you that. Let's say you are working on a movie data set. So from one source you have got name of the movie, the actors there and these kind of information. Now another data set or data file may have information about IMDb ratings and other such information. Another data set may have information about the support staff, technical staff, things like that. So you have 3 files for one particular data set. Okay. So now all these files will have one common element, something like, let's say, ID. Now this ID may link all these 3 data set. It could be ID or let's say movie name, anything. So in modeling, essentially you need to merge all these 3 files using something like movie name or ID and create one single data set. And then you can use this data set for visualization and analysis. So remember, preparation, you will go through all these files, remove anything if you don't need it, or update anything if the information is not proper, then merge them and set the relationship. So that is your modeling. Modeling essentially means that when you are working with different data set, you need to model it in order to establish the relationship, hierarchy, and those kind of things. If there is any confusion, don't worry, we will cover it and you will get clarity. After this, once you have this data set, then you can visualize it. So once your data is ready, then you need to see what kind of charts or visualization will help you, and you can use that. Once you have done this, the visualization part is done, then you can analyze it. So you can see what kind of trends are coming out of this visualization. Do you see any particular actor who is doing better? Do you see if there is any correlation, let's say, between IMDb rating and the movie collection, so movie revenue? So all these things will happen as part of analysis. After that, management comes, which is essentially managing everything here. Because a lot of time, I mean, let's say it's a one-time project, then essentially you won't do anything for management. But that is not the case when you are working for a company. When you are working for a company, your data set will continue to be updated. So whether it's sales, COVID, movie, or anything, you're constantly updating your databases. So you need to manage this report. You need to timely update the data set here, rerun these visualization. Because remember, last month there might have been 100 movies. Now you might have 105. So you need to update the database or data set with these additional 5 movies, right? So manage essentially means anything and everything which you do to maintain your dashboard or reports. So in a nutshell, remember, prepare, model, visualize, analyze, and manage. Okay? In the next lecture, we will talk more about data analysis. And right now, we are just going to focus on fundamentals of data analysis. I want you to be very thorough with them. You should understand the basic terminologies. There are different types of or other categories of data analysis. So you can say there are descriptive analysis, prescriptive analysis, and I have already talked about them in one of the earlier videos, but I will again take you through these terms and I will explain them in detail. So that will further help you in cementing your understanding. All right. Thank you.